Yeah, that just happened. AMC up 22.74% on the day, up 0.4% after hours currently as I'm making this video. I recently just uploaded a video and I told you in that video I could not stress it enough that AMC needs volume to pick up here. AMC needs to see that volume. 118.984 million in volume today. I legitimately could not have asked for a more amazing day on this stock. AMC currently sitting at $7.61, matching up exactly to the run it had back in January and the run it had back in June, and also seeing that volume pick up on AMC. Now there's a few things I wanted to pay attention to. Number one, this is AMC on the 30-minute time frame with the June run up overlaid in green, and it's playing out the exact same way. With that being said, I wouldn't be mad if we did get a little bit of a retracement back down to about $6 before getting that second rip higher. I don't think that has to be the case scenario, but I do want you to pay attention to that, as that could be a possibility. That does not mean AMC is going to sink back into the floor, because I already know those FUD articles and those shills are going to come out and say AMC is going to tank into the floor. Great, it's going back down, yada yada yada, completely complaining and bitching about it. Now, the same thing that happened back in June, the run up, AMC had about a 20% day, followed by a 25% day, followed by another 20% day, so on and so forth, until we essentially had that 100% day on AMC. And if this is the run up, if this is the squeeze, you're going to see those huge day by day gains as you saw back then. You still need that volume to continuously rise on AMC. Now, before I get into something that I wanted to talk about, AMC did not get halted today. I have no idea why, I have no idea how, but every time AMC tends to run, whether it's 5%, 10%, 15%, it gets halted multiple times. They do some fucked up shit and it comes back down. AMC did not get halted today. You can scroll through the NYSE trading halts and you are not going to see AMC's ticker on there. It had smooth sailing all the way up to about 30% at its peak on the day, came back down and closed up 22%. Why no halt? I have absolutely no idea. Maybe it has something to do with it being on the threshold securities list for over 16 days. And even if it doesn't have something to do with that, AMC is on the threshold list for 16 days, right? Those fails to deliver did not get covered. Maybe they are going to try and cover them. Maybe this was the first day of them covering these FTDs before earnings comes out, so they don't have to cover at potentially a higher price. Or maybe Amy's just finally doing her thing. Volume's picking up and the sentiment is changing. Now on top of that, AMC shares jump as judge sets April hearing into shareholder case. So basically, the entity that filed the lawsuit against AMC and wanted the conversion paused on APE, the judge basically said, yeah, we'll face the hearing April 27th. This court is supposed to move very fast, and that is probably why whoever filed that lawsuit chose this court. But guess what? They don't have a date till April 27th. So what you're going to see here is AMC and APE still have the vote. Whether it's a yes or no, you're still having that vote on March 14th. Now, in my opinion, why all of a sudden all this volume, right? Why all of a sudden they want to put the buy orders through on the lit market, let AMC run up 20%? There's only one possibility behind this, and it's that they want to get out of short positions before some sort of conversion and reverse split happens. This shows me that they're afraid. They're very afraid, right? First, you see a lawsuit randomly pop up, and then you see covering when this lawsuit is pushed back and basically pushed out of the way. Now, on top of that, you have sentiments changing as AMC stock could a Q4 earnings be a short squeeze catalyst. Now, you have these catalysts coming out praising AMC, saying that its Q4 earnings could potentially go positive. They go, the movie theaters chain management had forecasted an optimistic Q4. They were encouraged by box office numbers for Avatar: The Way of Water and Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, and AMC's earnings results have had relatively little impact on its share price over the past couple of years. Retail investor sentiment has been the main share price driver. Instead, will this time be a different story? Basically saying, if they do go positive in Q4 earnings, will other entities besides retail be the driving factor for AMC's fundamentals, for AMC's stock price, so on and so forth? Will institutions actually want to buy in with good fundamentals? Will the short thesis be killed? This is the exact thing that I wanted to talk about before going into earnings tomorrow. The orange bars I have laid out on the chart are every single single time AMC has in earnings, and I realize it goes through these exact cycles in the green right here. This is the first cycle that I actually drew it out from and copy and pasted the bars pattern, right? The second time it played out inverse right here, came back down, you still see this peak, and right here is what's called a cycle delay. What's here is called a cycle delay, and we've talked about it when it happened, which is exactly why I moved the cycles from the cycle delay, and you can see the same exact thing playing out. You see a little bit of a peak right here, a dip, until essentially reaching a high, which is exactly what you saw August 12th, coming back down, playing through the exact same cycle. Now, lottery stocks, why are you bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because the same exact cycle has just started with earnings. Whether that's a push up or a push down, it's following the same exact pattern that happens on AMC. So first you saw the dip, then you saw the second initial pop on AMC, and finally you're seeing that major rip to the upside. With that being said, AMC still can have a peak, but be very, very skeptical, as this would essentially bring AMC all the way up to about $9 a share come March 14th. If we blow past that and continuously have 20% days, then you don't have to worry about this theory coming to life, right? Coming to fruition, because I just think it's a possibility. But with 120 million in volume, it's probably not the most accurate case scenario. If anything, a squeeze is the most accurate case scenario moving forward, especially if volume tops 120 and then tops that volume and so on and so forth. This is going to get the ball rolling. I said in the video posted earlier, if you didn't see that, make sure to go see that, because there's still a ton of information in that you have to see going forward. Volume is king here. Volume is AMC's friend. We really need to break these powers that the liquidity fairies have, that the short sellers have on AMC. If you haven't seen the security sold not yet purchased all the way up until today, make sure to go watch that video that I just posted. Another thing to add on top of that, AMC just got a Form 4 filing that dropped. Koch Howard Winchell Jr., if I pronounced that wrong, whatever. And if you come down here, shares of the issuer's Class A common stock and preferred equity units were granted under the issuer's 2013 Equity Incentive Plan and non-employee director compensation program. The common shares and APUs must be retained for 1 year or until the end of reporting person service, if earlier. Does not include 42,884 outstanding APEU, which, when combined with the ownership reported above, would represent a total of 77,250 equity interest. Each APEU is a depository share and represents an interest in 1/100th of a share of the issuer's Series A convertible participating preferred stock. Each APEU is designed to have the same economic and voting rights as a common share and trades on the NYSE under the symbol APE. Each APEU is automatically convertible into one common share upon an approval by the issuer's stockholders to authorize sufficient additional common shares to permit the conversion of then outstanding APUs. The APUs have no expiration date. Howard Winchell, aka Hawk Koch Jr., is an American film producer, the former president of both the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences and the producers of Guild of America, and the former road manager for musical groups. Now you can see right here in the filings, March 2nd and February 27th, following that up on Fintel, he added shares from 23,000 all the way up to 34,000 remaining shares. Why randomly is he taking this beneficial ownership at his own hands right before the earnings call? You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. Plus, just like that, Stonko Tracker reporting no shares available to borrow all the way from 750,000. They tried to stop this. They really did, and I'm excited to see what these short exempts are come tomorrow when they're reported to us. And just like that, boom, we're winning on the option chain. 56,000 calls compared to 12,000 puts. An absolutely beautiful day. I could not have asked for a better day on AMC. Overall, guys, this is it. This is really it. AMC has the potential to squeeze right now if the volume continues. If the volume starts to die hard, then you're probably playing through another earnings cycle, unless earnings come out cash flow positive and they also drop another bomber on top of the popcorn, on top of the conversion, on top of the reverse split. This time is a very scary time frame for short sellers, and I would not want to be short this company.